Welcome to the college football playoff. The season's had plenty of ups and downs, and all the drama has led up to this point, the first round of the 12-team playoff. And a home field advantage for one side. This place is rocking. And this is a very intriguing matchup. One team that earned the right to host this game and enjoyed tremendous crowd support against another team that slipped into the playoff, trying to establish a tradition now of upsets in the first round of the CFP. As we'll see the number 10 seed in this playoff, the UCLA Bruins, taking on the number 7 seed in the playoff, the Oklahoma Sooners. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined as always by Kirk Herbstreit. We have been waiting for this, the college football playoff with an on-campus environment. Can't wait to get this going. Here's the return from inside the 5. Not much on the return. They'll stop him at the 24. Good coverage. The Sooners offense comes on the field first today. And the focus, of course, on this quarterback. Kirk, this guy just has the it factor. He is him, as they say.
Well, Chris, we've had a chance to watch this guy closely all year, and I don't know if I've ever seen a kid throw the football like this guy. His awareness in and out of the pocket is special. He's a unique quarterback and a really dynamic player.
Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. That's a solid gain. Moves the ball to the 29.
I think this defense keeps thinking about them throwing the football, and by doing that, they're opening up running lanes. Good positive yards there by the running back.
A gain makes it 2nd and medium. They're going to run it. And the one moves the ball up to the 33.
Well, they didn't bust that for a big play, but it makes this third down coming up a little bit more manageable, and that certainly has a lot of value.
They'll try to keep the opening drive going here. It's 3rd down and 2. They'll try to run for the first down. Tackle's made, but not before he makes the 43-yard line. This drive is going now.
That's how you keep the opening drive alive right there. Good, hard, tough running to be able to pick up that first down and the third down conversion.
And he'll run out of bounds, picking up a few yards on the play.
I know the toss play begins with a guy taking the snap, he turns around, and flips it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is can they set the edge as an offense? Whether it's an offensive tackle, a tight end in that same direction, where they want to run the ball. Because if they can do that, you get the result that you want just like this. If you don't, oftentimes, the play is blown up right at the line of scrimmage.
The Sooners pick up first down yardage to keep the drive going. They'll try the ground game here with the running back.
Christina, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Well, they've had an entire week to try to find weaknesses in this defense and how to attack. And here in the opening drive, they're using the receiver in motion to get him the ball in space and give him those blockers out in front. Great job of designing the play and great execution here by this offense.
And the Sooners will line up on 1st and 10. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Well, that was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time, the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
Becoming a long drive, the 9th play coming up. Through. Tackle is made at the 8-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal right there.
How about the offensive line here? Just a hat on a hat, opening up just enough room for the back to squeeze through there for a nice gain.
The Sooners line it up with 1st and goal. Here's the handoff on 1st and goal. The sophomore with a strong tackle there.
A pretty good push up front here by this offense line to get some positive yards here. You wonder if they're going to be able to run it in, or they're going to have to spread this defense out and try to find a one-on-one matchup to put the ball through the air for the touchdown.
2nd down and goal upcoming. Tailback tests the middle of the defense. He's swallowed up at the line. Could not get past that big defensive tackle.
Boy, great job by this defense on this 2nd down run. Just stonewalled him at the line of scrimmage. Now they get a chance to really pressure the quarterback here, try to get off the field.
And they stop him for a 2-yard gain, which will bring up 4th down.
Tell you what, for a tired defense that's been out on that field for a long time on this drive, what a stop there on 3rd and goal. It brings us to 4th and goal. And as a head coach on the offensive side, when you put together this kind of drive, you're this close inside the 3-yard line, you've got to come away here with a touchdown.
He knocks this one right through. It breaks the scoreless tie here, makes it 3-0.
Well, they almost put a touchdown on the board, but instead they come away with 3 points.
With 3 points on the drive, and now the kickoff team will boot it away. Fielded in the end zone. And Sanders tackled at the 13. Not great field position to start the drive. So UCLA's offense takes the field. The first chance we had to see them today. Well, it's not easy to narrow down the impact players to just a few guys, Kurt, but what do you expect from them today?
Well, we got guys that can make plays as well as anybody in the country on both sides of the ball. That's why I think this matchup is so exciting. 2 good teams with great individual players.
It's an RPO. The quarterback gets it out quickly.
Love to see the short passing game as a great go-to for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable and allows you to see how the defense is reacting. That can open up for other things later on.
Grab down the middle. It's White. They bring him down to the 38, but that's good enough for a 1st down. The Bruins looking to crank up the tempo a bit.
It's a 1st down here by this UCLA offense. Nice timing between the quarterback and the receiver to be able to get those yards and keep the sticks moving. Good job also of just feeling the defense's coverage and making a quick decision to get that ball out.
Listen to the crowd energy here in the early going. This is a tough environment for visitors. Back to throw again. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. They tackle him at the 48, but it's enough for a new 1st down. And the Bruins are moving quickly down the field. Catch made on the left side. Breaking through defenders. Tackle is finally made, but an explosive gain. They'll move it down to the 23-yard line. Fresh set of downs for the offense. 1st down.
Well, it's one thing to hear about how fast this receiver is in the scouting report. You look at him on film all week. The defense coordinator tells you, get ready.
Here's a shot toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, UCLA. Kirk, they were backed up to start the drive, but some bold play calling, great execution. Here, we've got a timeout as the coach wants the officials to take another look. He thinks he might have a shot at getting this overturned. So not what the coach was hoping to hear. Took a chance with the timeout to get the replay. We'll see if burning that timeout is costly down the road. And they'll set up for the PAT. The extra point makes it a 4-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. Takes this from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 20. Tried to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. Okay, so here comes the Oklahoma offense back on the field. The last possession, they moved it, but settled for a chip shot, so sort of an unsatisfying result. Looking to do more here. 1st down, looking to throw the ball. Short pass finds the tight end. Receiver brought down. That was short pitch and catch. Second down play coming up for this offense. Not much of a game there, Kirk. The defense paying close attention to the tight end.
Yeah, really good coverage that time. They're aware of exactly where he is on the field. They took him away completely and gave him a completion, but not many yards.
And the defense smothers him for no gain.
Wow, the defense prevented them from getting the first down. How about that? Nice job of holding their point there at the defensive line. They came close to getting the first, but the defense deserves credit. Now we've got 4th and inches.
The coach's choice does not pan out.
How about that defensive front and the linebackers collapsing down on the football? You would think that the quarterback sneak is a safe call, an easy call to get the yards that you need, but not with that push by that defensive line.
Great spot to start this drive for the offense. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior. Offense comes up to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before the quarter expires. Oh, a reverse. Offense stopped behind the line. A big play by the defense to wrap up the first period. And it's UCLA on top here. We've reached the end of one in this quest to move one step closer to a national championship. Let's check out the stats so far. We expect the teams have worked through some of the nerves of this playoff game as we begin the second quarter. First play of the quarter is a crucial one. Offense trying to convert this third down. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. Looking to set up a screen pass here. Defense flies in. They make the tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
Great job here by the defense of sniffing out this screen. You can see the defensive linemen, the linebackers, everybody running to that running back. Because of that team pursuit, it's a big loss for the defense.
They'll kick it away here. And he puts it out of bounds, so no return. And the Sooners offense is back on the field. That last possession, they got stopped on 4th down in their own end. Let's see if they can get it going this time. In the first play at the drive now, they're packed up at the 12-yard line. Brought down after picking up 5 yards, so 2nd and 5. The Sooners will hustle to the line to run the hurry-up offense. Here comes a handoff. They'll tackle him out across the 20.
But I feel like they called that knowing chances are they're not going to hit a home run. But look at this. Put themselves in a perfect third down situation. It's much more manageable. Now we'll see if they can convert.
On 3rd and short, they try to pick it up on the ground. Tackle, but first down.
Well, that's mano-a-mano right there. Offensive line knowing exactly their assignment, getting a hat on a hat, and that back through just exactly where he needed to go to extend this drive. That's a first down.
On first down, they'll keep their running game churning. Tackle made after just a short gain.
Well, I thought he might shake free there. He's able to break one tackle, but give credit to the secondary. Good job of coming up and run support.
A screen pass complete to the running back. Breaking free at the 35. They'll make the tackle, but it's enough for a first down. Good call on that screen play.
Chris, just a great throw here. Surgical and precise in doing what they need to do to be able to pick up that first down and keep this Oklahoma offense on the move.
And the Sooners pick up enough yardage for a first down. A pop pass on the jet sweep. Inside the 40 now. Oh, and nothing but green grass ahead. Finally goes out of bounds after gobbling up big yardage on that run. Offense racing down the field. It sets up a 1st and goal inside the 10. They're going to run it here. Ball carrier brought down at the 4. Offense in great scoring position here. All right, 2nd down and goal now for this offense. They'll run it here. Fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma.
As a defensive coordinator, you've got to be careful being so worried about this pass game and this quarterback. that you're a little bit soft up front, and it costs you. It's exactly what happened here as they score this touchdown.
Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. So it'll be a touchback. Ball spotted at the 25. And the UCLA offense is back out on the field. They're coming off the 3-and-out, looking to produce a positive drive here. From the shotgun, it's a handoff.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big run plays.
Offense facing a 3rd and long from the 28. Got to have your pass protection in order in this play. Get the playoff in time. It'll be delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
Dangerous play call here after that 5-yard penalty. 3rd down play for this offense. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. Here's a screen pass to the running back. They're finally able to stop him, but the defense is fooled a bit on that screen play. It's a solid gain for a 1st down. The Bruins come up to the line in a hurry-up.
Chris, that's another positive game for this offense, and this quarterback continues to show why he's had such a great year this year. When he has time to throw, he gets his feet set. He's as accurate as any quarterback in the country.
Incomplete. 2nd down coming up. Looking to throw it again. He's moving out of the pocket. He's looking to scramble. They get him down, but that's a good run, enough to move the sticks and keep this drive going. The Bruins have 1st and 10 here.
Boy, this guy can do it all. We know what he can do with his arm, but when things aren't there, does a good job of pulling it down, no one with the first.
Looking to make a play deep downfield. Makes the catch. Can he get in? He makes it to the end zone. Touchdown, Bruins.
UCLA.
That's just great execution by this offense. The quarterback needs time on that post route. And I'm impressed by this receiver. I didn't know if he'd be able to get clear on that post, but he does. Lined up on the right side. Quarterback and he have worked on this all week to be able to find that route and that timing. This time they hit it for a touchdown.
Extra point makes the lead 4. Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away.
Number 17.
And he'll bring it out from inside the 10. And he stopped at the 20, trying to make something happen. That's good coverage there. And the Sooners offense is back out on the field. The last possession, they really had the passing game. They keep moving right down the field for a touchdown. 1st down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? And the single back takes the handoff. Finds room at the 30. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a 1st down.
Chris, Oklahoma has had their run of quarterbacks and receivers of recent years, and we know they can throw the football. But anybody goes back to Barry Switzer and Bud Wilkinson, you know that Oklahoma is all about their ability to have a running game. Beautiful play right there, and I know the Sooner fans are proud of that one.
So quickly, all the way up to the 36, and it's 1st down. He's wrapped up nicely there by the freshman.
Well, the defensive coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. Solid gain, moves the ball to the 43. So now it's 3rd and short from the 43. Can they keep the drive going or perhaps face a tough 4th down decision? They make the tackle there, but a penalty marker is on the field. Let's see what that's about. Holding penalties can be the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it stalls this one. An important 3rd down attempt for this offense. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. Receiver makes the catch. So we reach the 2-minute warnings. This offense tries to take the lead here before halftime. 1st and 10 now for the offense. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up the throw. Looking right. This one caught.
Well, a wide receiver screen can be hit or miss. Either receiver finds a nice crease and picks up big yards, or the defense completely negates that. The team speed from the defense here wins that play.
Defense is coming after him. Extending the play now. He gets loose, able to pick up a solid gain there on the scramble. The clock is still running. Not going to hurry up here, but it's a crucial 3rd down. Looking to pick up the 1st down through the air. Tackled, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs.
Well, that's exactly how you dice up a zone coverage. Nice throw downfield here on 3rd down, and a really good route to give the quarterback a chance to make that play.
The gain is 5, so it's 2nd and 5 now. The Sooners will hustle to the line to crank the tempo. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a 1st down. That run, good for a 1st down. The offense still rolling. Takes the ball, tries the right side here. Minimal gain brought down short of the marker. Defensive fans getting frustrated. Offense continues to march. Handoff heading left. And they'll stop him after a short gain. An important 3rd down conversion coming here in the red zone. They'll hand it off. And they'll stop him just short of the marker. Good effort, but the defense holds. Now it's 4th down. And now the defense decides to spend a timeout to regroup a bit. Well, the offense failed earlier in a 4th down attempt. They'll try it again here. And someone moved just a bit too early. And it'll cost him 5 yards.
False start. Offense.
And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. So they'll settle for a field goal attempt here. And he knocks that one right through.
Snap, the hold, the kick, everything there perfect to put 3 points up here for the offense.
So they settle for 3 here, and now the kickoff. See if the opposing offense can answer before halftime. Well, they thought about coming out, but instead takes a knee, and they bring the football to the 25-yard line. And the Bruins offense back out on the field. They punched it in the last possession. Can they do it again, or will this defense make some adjustments to get a stop? Off the play fake, looking to throw on 1st down. The pocket breaking down. And that pass rush has trapped him. It's a sack.
I like the call here, but you can't run long, developing play-action passes like that if the offensive line is not going to give the quarterback time to throw.
The offense comes back out there. Not much time left. Perhaps just time for a couple plays before the half. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update.
Thanks, Chris. The magnitude and intensity of these playoff matchups is always something special to be a part of. And we have to start this halftime breakdown by addressing the play of this elite wide receiver. This is clearly a young man who, once he's finished playing on Saturdays, he's going to be playing on Sundays. The kid has different gears. He has a knack for finding gaps in the defense. And I can't remember a college player with that kind of catch radius.
The Sooners will kick this away to get the second half going. And the kickoff will be a return. And the returner brought down by that coverage team. And the Bruins offense is back out on the field. First play of the second half, they keep it on the ground. They'll bring him down just short of the 20. And the Bruins looking to crank up the tempo a bit. Trying the old counter play here. He shreds the tackle. Take it down, but not before he makes the first down. Here comes the up-tempo offense. On first down, it's play action. Quick throw to the left side. There's a wide-open receiver, complete. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big gain.
Chris, how about the accuracy here by this quarterback to pick up the first down? And, man, UCLA has had some great play at quarterback. DTR, who just left recently, going back to Cade McNown, and, of course, Troy Aikman, one of the best to ever play the game.
Offense operating at high tempo now, no huddle. And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. Third and long. Dropping back. Looking to throw for the first down. Oh, downfield catch made on the left side. And he picks up the first down. Tackled at the 32.
Just much like we saw in the first half, this quarterback can put the ball right on the money. Now, you know the defensive coordinator at halftime spent all the time he could with his secondary to come.
And he's brought down. Offense going backwards with the sack.
A really good job by this defense. The quarterback looked to be trying to work through his progressions to find his open receiver, but before he knew it, he's on his back.
We'll see if the offense can overcome that sack. Second and long. There's the snap, and he's looking to throw. Tight end makes the grab. They bring him down. That's a very solid game, but still well short of the first down. They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Drops back, needing a third down completion here. And he cannot escape the defense with a sack.
This is good pressure by the defense. It just felt like the quarterback was holding on to the ball a little bit too long, which allowed the defense to get home.
And at fourth down, they'll punt it away here. And this one will be fair caught. And the Oklahoma offense is back on the field. Last time out, they moved the ball well, but had to settle for a chip shot field goal. Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, the back just had nowhere to go. How about the defensive line? They eat up all the blocks up front, freeing those linebackers up to be able to make the play. Just a bad play all around for this offense.
Can he get there on the ground?
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
And the Salk were able to bring him down quickly.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
Second down after that run on the previous play. And he'll set up to throw. Delivers from the pocket, complete over the middle. They tackle him. Looks like it's going to be just short of the mark, inches away. They're going to throw for it on 3rd and short. From the pocket, delivers over the middle. And that will pick up the first down. They'll spot it at 38. And the Sooners come to the line looking to crank up the tempo.
Well, when you play zone defense on 3rd down and you don't get pressure from your defensive line, you're going to give a quarterback a lot of time to be able to find an open receiver. And
he's in the clear now. It's a foot race. Tackle is finally made, but it's down to the 28-yard line. The Sooners getting set on 1st and 10.
Chris, all week they heard about how fast this guy is. The defensive coordinator told them they watched the film. They've seen this guy a lot, but I think the reality of seeing it now in person, I think it's surprised them. They've got to make some adjustments to their defense, or this guy and his speed will continue to have a field day.
The Sooners looking to finish the drive here. It's 1st and goal. 1st and goal, handoff, and the ball to the ground.
That's a good.
Hold on here a second. The replay booth has signaled they want to take another look at this one. So after taking a closer look, the officials are going to overturn that previous ruling on the field. Couldn't quite get there. Brought down at the 2. They come up 2 yards of the goal line. Can they punch it in here on 3rd down? Keep it on the ground, trying to power in for the touchdown. Touchdown, Oklahoma. They'll take the lead in the second half. So with playoff pressure, Kirk, the offense executes a long, grinding, methodical drive.
You know, the thing I've loved about this offense all year long is their ability to either hit the big play or not have to rely on that. Like this, they're able to sustain a drive and still come up with points and get a touchdown.
And he grabs it in the end zone for a successful 2-point try.
Oh, how about this call? They completely spread the defense out with this empty set. 5 wide, not even the option to hand the ball off, and they still get it done. Great timing by the quarterback and his receiver.
And the UCLA offense back out on the field. They came up empty on the last possession, forced to punt it away. And they begin to click now. Physical defending. That one falls incomplete. Brings up 2nd down. And the quarterback dropping back. Caught over the middle. It's Hicks. Defense wraps him up after the catch, but he's just short of a 1st down. No huddle now for the offense. Stopped right there at the line. No gain.
Chris, I'll be really honest with you. I don't know why they continue to try to run the football. I'm all about balance. I'm all about trying to make sure defense has to defend the run and the throw. But at this point in the game, they haven't been able to run the ball. They're going to have to go through the air if they're going to come back and take the lead in this game at some point.
Okay, so here comes the Oklahoma offense back on the field. Let's see if they can keep that passing game going. The last possession, very efficient, precise. And looking to throw now on 1st down. Catch made on the right side. To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion.
One thing I love about this back is how he gets involved in the passing game. Nice catch here.
2nd down after that short completion. Running back grabs it on a screen. And they're finally able to stop him. But great execution on the screen pass. Fooled the defense there.
When they're throwing the football like this, it is really hard to defend this offense because of the timing of the quarterback with his wide receivers. Another good example of it there for the 1st down. Makes me harken back to guys like Sam Bradford and Jason White, their Heisman campaigns, and the accuracy that they threw the football with. Great example of that right here by this OU quarterback.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. And they'll use the ground game here. Good enough for 1st down yardage.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, They have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
Offense operating from the pistol. There's the handoff. Ball carrier brought down. What is the final play of this third quarter? He's doing the quarter break, Kirk. Oklahoma has the lead. Sitting in a pretty good spot as we wrap up the third quarter, trying to keep those national championship hopes alive. Let's take a quick look at the game stats while we have a chance. All right, here comes the fourth quarter. Everything to play for here. Who's going to stay alive, survive, and advance in the college football playoff? And the Sooners come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. He'll hand it off. There's the tackle, but first down yardage.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. You got to rely on that offensive line in the running game here to be able to secure a victory. Good call, and just keep working that clock.
The Sooners are in the red zone. Ball handed off. The sophomore with a strong tackle there. Getting set. Here's second down. The back's got it again. Nowhere to run up the middle.
It was an excellent effort by this defense, just staying in their run fix, holding their own at the line of scrimmage, and then making a tackle. Offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get any yards at all.
On third down, he drops to throw. He'll avoid the big hit with the slide.
These are the type of plays that are backbreakers for a defense. They thought they had him tied up. They thought they were going to be able to get him to the ground on the pass rush, but they're unable to do so. So he gets away, picks up a big first down, and now this sets up a first and goal inside the 10.
Defense bringing out some big fellas trying to stuff the run here. And they're trying to punch it in here. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Oklahoma. So the offense flexing, Kirk, and stretching the lead here now in the second half.
Well, you can catch your breath here a little bit if you're this offense. That touchdown can help you out. But now your own defense can help you preserve the lead so you can go back out and continue to build upon that to the finish.
And it comes out of the 25. No return attempted there. And the UCLA offense takes the field. This group is coming off a quick 3-and-out, and they put something together in this run. First down, looking to throw the football. Grab down the middle. It's Hicks. They get him down, but the gain moves the ball up to the 36. The Bruins will come to the line to run the hurry-up.
Hey, it's a nice way to start this drive off, but they've got a long way to go to be able to get this ball in the end zone. Then they got to get the ball back and score again. So positive yards, but doing it quickly is key.
Catch made, a lot of space now. Big gain across midfield all the way down to the 34-yard line. The offense really clicking here.
Chris, here we are in the fourth quarter. These guys are trailing. Hadn't been a great day, but with this quarterback, he's as gifted as anybody in the country. You never count these guys out.
And he will be stuffed for no gain. The offense going with the hurry-up.
But how about this defense? Just so physical against the run. These guys have not been able to do anything on the ground, and it's because of that defensive line and those linebackers taking away the run game.
They're backed up here trying to make something happen on third and long. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. Running back has it on a screen now. Football comes out. Defense jumps on the ball. It's a turnover.
Man, when you get into this big a game on this kind of stage in the second half and you're trailing, you just cannot afford to put the ball on the ground. The defense is attacking, trying to get the ball out. They do. Ball's on the ground, and this could be the end of the game.
And they heave it deep downfield. Oh, and it's picked off. A crushing mistake.
Wow, a risky call by the offensive coordinator, playing with the lead in the playoff in the second half, throwing the football. I don't disagree.
Now you give this defense a chance to create a turnover, and they capitalize here with the pick.
The pass is caught. And look at the speed there. They finally bring him down, but it's a nice game. Tackle is made, but the junior quarterback shows off his arm strength that time.
Well, it's another positive play, but, man, look at the clock and look at the score. You still need a couple touchdowns to be able to get yourself back into this game and have a chance to win it. So you got to keep moving here and keep taking those shots downfield.
Offense cranking up the tempo now. No huddle. They look to throw it here on second down. He bought some time. Now lets it go. They bring him down, but that gain moves the ball all the way to the 31. This line getting set up. It's a first down play.
Hey, it's a nice gain here, and they get the first down to stop the clock. But late in the game, trailing by a couple scores, these receivers have got to be thinking about getting out of bounds as often as they can to preserve that clock, to give them a real shot to come back to win it.
The Bruins line up on 1st and 10 now. From inside the red zone, they're looking to throw. Quarterback gets down to avoid the big hit. Timeout is called by the defense. That's their first of the half. So down here in the red zone, every yard tough to find. Here is a crucial play coming up. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. And it's incomplete. He was looking for the end zone. Here we go. 3rd down, close to the goal line. They can still get a first down without scoring. 3rd down, out of the shotgun. Makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, UCLA. That's an important score. We've got a one-possession game now, Kirk, and it's game on.
It's game on, and now it's about this defense coming up with a stop. Everybody in the stadium knows that they're going to run the football and try to milk the clock. So what can your defense do to ensure they don't do that successfully?
Point after, knocked right through. Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. They'll return it from inside the 5. Will be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. And the Sooners offense is back on the field. See if this quarterback can bounce back. The last possession, a pick on the very first play. Keep it on the ground to work the clock here.
Well, this is definitely not the time to get cute as an offense and as a play caller. This defense is thirsty for any kind of big play at all to try to create a turnover. So just keep it on the ground and play smart.
Pre-snap motion from the receiver. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Past the 35. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. First down here for this offense. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. And he's brought down, but they went backwards after the completion. Good work by the defense.
This is a great job of being prepared by this defense. Almost anticipating this play. They're in position to bring him down for a loss.
Offense getting set. It's second down. Here's the snap. Looking to throw here. Looking to set up a screen pass here. And they bring him down. That's a very solid gain, but still well short of the marker.
Chris, it's another nice pickup through the air. I thought they might be really just out to run the football here with the lead. But instead, they're electing to throw the football. Different routes, quarterbacks in rhythm. Really, it's almost an extension of their passing game.
Now the offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 41. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Goes to his right side there for the completion. Gets some space around the 30. And he takes it all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma.
Well, that's why you practice right there, Chris. This offense had the pressure, the game on their back. They deliver, they get a touchdown, and now make this a 2-possession game with under 2 to go. Like their odds of closing this game out.
Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. And he'll lead the kickoff right there. We'll start from the 25. And the UCLA offense is back out on the field. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Running out of time in the pocket. And with nobody open, he chooses to just throw it away. Here's the 2nd down play. He's back to throw again after that incompletion on 1st down. And this one is caught. And the offense will wisely spend a timeout after the play. Clock management's going to be very important here in the final minutes.
With that completion right there, this quarterback now has gone over 300 yards in this game. What a day.
Pass complete for a 1st down. The offense gets a fresh set of downs. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. And a short pitch and catch to the tight end. A big hit by the linebacker. Physical tackle there, big versus big. Looking to throw yet again. Lets it fly out of the wideout. And the pass is intercepted. A takeaway for the defense. And that's a solid return after the interception.
Well, this defense has been great the entire football game here. They knew they had a lot of pressure on them in the playoffs. They stepped up and played well all game long, and now they get a critical interception here late in this game.
And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. 2nd down play coming up. Looks like the offense will just take a knee here. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. The Sooners will send their punt team onto the field. And on 4th down, the punter sends it away. And the coverage team makes the stop on this return. And the Bruins offense back out on the field. The last possession ended in an interception. Let's see if they continue to trust this quarterback in the passing game. He's running out of time here. Punt over the middle. It's White. They tackle him, but not before he makes the 45. A solid game. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Quarterback will spike the ball to stop the clock. 2nd down after that previous play. Corners back up now, playing a couple yards off the ball. Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. And he just throws it away there. Safe move. Had nobody open. Challenging spot for the offense. It's 3rd down and long from the 45. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. Bringing pressure. And he decides to just throw it away. That's going to bring up 4th down now. Down late, they'll keep the offense on the field, trying to chip away at this lead. Trying for a 4th down completion. He eludes the run, and he's going to fling it deep, going for it all here. That will be incomplete, trying for a consolation touchdown, but it's no good, and time expires on the game. Of course, in the playoffs, it's survive and advance. This is a crucial W. Great performance, but now the stage gets even bigger. The challenges will continue going forward.
Yeah, more and more pressure will grow as this team continues to win football games, but you and I have been around this team all year long. So impressed with the emotions and how they're able to contain themselves, stay focused on the task at hand. They did that again today. They advance. Cannot wait to watch and see what they can do.